My name is Frank Islam, and I am Indian American, and I live in Washington, D.C. I was asked to comment on the Citizenship Amendment Bill. Let me begin by stating that I'm not expert on the Citizenship Amendment Bill, nor do I have the benefit of being on the ground in India to see or experience personally the impact that it is having in my motherland. As I understand, this bill allows the government to grant citizenship to persecuted minorities from Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan, excluding Muslims. I firmly believe that the faith should not be used as a determining criteria for citizenship. This bill is profoundly immoral. Today, the Muslims are victim. Tomorrow, it will be someone else. That said, what I have seen and I've been reading in the press coverage here in the United States has been disturbing and dismaying. Most bothersome was the crackdown on student protester by police at Jamia Millia Islamia and Aligarh Muslim University. Now the protests have spread to 50 plus cities across India. Peaceful protests are a sign of a healthy democracy. Shutting them down rather than letting them take their normal course is an indication the light of Indian democracy is flickering. The New York Times and Washington Post are the most influential newspaper and members of the free press in the United States. I must tell you that their coverage of what has been going on in India with regard to Muslims population in this year has not been very favorable. They both have run several critical articles on the blackout and shutdown of Kashmir and the plans to put as many as 2 million people, most of them Muslims, who do not appear on the National Register of Citizens, in internment camps until they can be tried and deported. These initiatives combined with a new action surrounding the citizenship bills are creating perceptual problems and challenges for India here in the United States and around the globe. As you know, the Modi administration maintains all of these are internal matters only. But in fact, they have consequences far beyond India's border, both in terms of whether India is seen as a vital and vibrant secular democracy rather than a nationalistic autocratic state and as a place where businesses from around the world want to come and invest. These type of incident and events and protest will prevent foreign direct investment in India. And that means that India will not be able to build its economy, create jobs, or build its infrastructure. India badly needs infusion of foreign direct investment. India should not be seen as a place that denies equal opportunity and inclusive economic mobility to Muslims and minorities. It should be seen as an inclusive democracy that provides security and safety to all. And it should be seen as a place that is governed by hope, not by fear, and by unity, not division. It should be seen as a place that is not tearing apart the harmonious fabric of India. All of us will do well to remember that India cannot succeed if the minorities and Muslims are held back. If the Muslims in India succeed, India will succeed, the world will succeed. They should not confront hostility and open prejudice. As you know, people say the Muslims and minorities share a city, but not a community. They share a common dwelling, but not in a common effort. As you know, the Financial Times had a special report today on the government's Make It in India campaign being set for a revival after losing steam over the past year or so. As a business person myself, I can tell you the revival will not pick up steam in India if it is seen as a place that abridges human rights and suppresses freedom of expression and freedom of press. You know, the Indian Constitution is quite clear on the country's commitment to being a democratic republic for all. The right thing to do is to honor their commitment by ensuring Muslims and all minority groups are treated fairly and equally. This will ensure that India maintains its status as the world's largest democracy and a leader in setting a positive example for others to follow. Thank you.